Hope you're doing well today. This video is more for the dudes. Most of the time, the ladies. Sometimes the ladies, this can be a problem. Most of the time, this is for guys like me that spent their whole life squatting, deadlifting, pressing, uh, and most guys neglect rotational type things like frontal plane exercises like squats and deadlifts are great, but life is lived through rotation and turning. Walking itself is a series of rotation through the hips go one way, the chest and the thorax go the other. Walking is a repeated shifting and rotating. And if you've done a lot of things that add a ton of compression to the rib cage, and if your pelvis doesn't have good movement variability, you have a hard time getting in the zone of that position, you're not going to move well. So especially if you've trained like this for years and years and years. So there's a few simple things I got. If you go to my YouTube channel, Vitality Brotherhood, and you Google Jim Laird movement circuits or feel good circuits, I've got all sorts of floor-based warm-ups. As you get older, you pretty much are going to, if you want to move well and not walk like a Parkinson's patient with the foot shuffle, you're going to have to get down on the floor and do 5 or 10 minutes of work every single day. That's the key. If you get super strong, but you can't move, you can still fall down and break something. So you need to be able to move in different directions. And today I'm just going to go over, I'll post a couple of links to the feel good circuits below, things that you can do every single day or before your workouts. And I'm just going to go through a couple simple things you can add into your programs that you're already doing to help you move and feel better. So let's do that. So let's start this out with the screen share. And let's find the first one. All right. So let me make sure you can see this. There it is. Add it to the stage. Boom. There he is. All right. This is Tony. And you can see he's in half kneeling. Okay. And he's reaching behind him a little bit. You don't want to force it. He's following with his eyes and he's lifting up and away. You want to do this with a really light plate or a med ball, something that's like no more than 10 pounds. I would do 10 to 12 on each side. You could do this in between, leg press. You could do this in between squats. You could do this in between deadlifts. You could do it in a warm up. 10 to 12 on each side is perfect. That's going to help get your thoracic spine moving much better. So this is going to help. This is a starting level exercise. This is going to help basically protect you from that throwing your back out in the kitchen when you're turning and reaching for something. Okay. So let's end that. Stop screen sharing. Start screen sharing. And let's move on to the next one. The standing cable press is I shared this video in the group. I think I shared this on my channel too, but you're setting up in a slightly split stance. You're putting the left foot forward, right foot slightly back. I'm here, and basically I'm going to wrong video. Oh, it'd help if I pull the screen up, wouldn't it? Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. I'm listening to yourself. Sorry about that. So let's get this on the stage so you can actually see it. Here we go. So this here is a really simple standing exercise. You're going to be in a split stance. How to do that?
Obviously, this thing
Where I can't get there. Okay, I got it. So you're going to be in a split stance, and you can see I'm rotating through my thorax here. Okay, not rotating through my low back. I'm rotating through my rib cage, my thorax, and I'm using the other arm as well. So we're going to get some obliques here. We're getting some rotation through the thorax, which is most people that have done really heavy bench press and things like that don't rotate well through the thorax. Part of that is because a lot of times they have that really hard arch. And when you try and arch your back really hard and then try and turn your body, right? It doesn't work well. So that's why we want to manage that arch, and we want to have the ability to turn it on and turn it off, and we want to have the ability to go and in deflection. We want to have decent movement options. So let's stop the screen share. And then what was the other? I wanted to look at another. Oh, here we go. So you can also spin around and do that standing cable press as a row. And I'm actually going to show you one of my favorite lunge variations to start people with that are really locked up. And if you really struggle with lunging, you could actually just get in this position. There we go. Add it to screen. You can see the dog. So this position here is actually a good position for, like, say you really struggle with lunges, right? I could just basically go to, like, stay in that position and just eyes up a little more and row, right? Eyes up and row. That would be great for basically getting used to being in a lunge position. I'm actually letting my thorax go, and I'm letting the cable pull me across my midline, right? So it's forcing me to get into this hip here. And this is why this exercise is one of my favorites for introducing rotational type activities, right? And you could come up and do a row with that if you wanted to. But this is a really good way of challenging yourself in a different way, particularly, of course, I can add a dumbbell on my left side there. And a lot of people, you'll see people when they do this, the arch strategy is so strong with them. They'll be trying to arch while pulling the cable. It's like they're pulling that cable back. I've got to teach them how to let that cable go. I see that all the time. People are like, oh my gosh, I have to arch. And so this is a really good way, and it will absolutely destroy your glute and hamstring if you've never done anything like that. So just wanted to give you a few things to try to add into your program to basically improve your ability to move side to side. That you can add in, change, make small changes at first. The big thing for getting you moving better side to side is going to be able to get in a zone of apposition, because if you can get the rib cage and the pelvis lined up, all of a sudden your hips rotate better, your thorax rotates better. But if you're stuck here, you're not going to be able to rotate. You're going to be able to go straight in a really fast and straight line, but you're not going to be able to rotate well. So thanks for tuning in today. Obviously, this video is brought to you by Pharaoh. You can go to pharaoh.shop, use my code JIM15 to get 15% off. It's a great skin product. It really helps with wrinkles. I used it on my feet for years. We got people in the group that are just raving about it. It's my friend Charles Mayfield. Comes from a totally sustainable, I guess. He raises pigs the right way. Let's put it that way. So it's, they get to wander around outside and be happy pigs. And they basically get to eat the way pigs eat instead of sitting in a barn all day being fed all sorts of crap. So there's that. And of course, if you're seeing this somewhere other than the group, I have two groups, Vitality Brotherhood, Vitality Sisterhood. Love to have you in there. Both are .com. You take you into the group. Love to help you. I also have some coaching programs, group coaching programs on both the men and the women's side. And then I have some individual coaching that I do as well. I would love to chat with you about that. If you like, you can go to vitalitybrotherhood.com and click on coaching if you want to get on a call with me, and we can learn how I can help you. Have yourself a great day. Make sure you get yourself outside.